I made up that Shearer's off the fucking match of the day as well. Fucking hell.
Shearer jacked it, yeah?
Shearer's jacked it. He bought a glass eye to sleep, him. Not bored man ever. And he's been telling lies, Shearer. Been lying about what happened in the dressing room at Anfield. Been lying, been telling lies about it.
Why, what's he been
baldy
saying?
nut. So I'll see him at the golf club.
See him
He's
in the
just
diamond.
been making his thing out. Like, told him, he's either got confused because he's added that many cases or he's trying to fit the narrative. I don't know where he done it. I just heard the soundbite of what he said went on in the sending off at Liverpool, in the build-up to it.
The Xabi Alonso tackle.
Yeah, what he's forgot is, he said, when I turned up at the club, Joey was injured for the first 4 games, which it was, because he had a broken foot, not for 4 games, but for like 6 months or something like that before that. And he said, I'd gone to the Everton Man United semi-final. I'd asked him to go. I didn't ask him to go. I just went. We weren't playing that weekend. I was injured. So why would they ask, when I'm not in training, why would they ask somebody what to do on my day off? Like, I wouldn't. So he's obviously got wind of that, which I didn't know about. And he's added it to his story. And then his story was, he conveniently missed out that he was coming in as our manager when I was in the treatment room and in the gym, saying the other players were shit who were in the team because they'd got beat. Come on, I need you back. And I was like, my foot. I know, but even if your foot's not quite right and you're 80%, you're better than some of these. So straight away, I was like, you're a snake, you. But we were in a relegation fight and Alan Shearer at Newcastle asked you to do it. But when I think back to it, I think that's why you failed, because you're a dog and you were dogging people out. And also, you know, there's loads about it and I can get into it at another point. And he's coming to beg me to play because he's saying the lads in the team currently are shite. And I can't let the team down. We're going to get relegated. So it took a load of painkiller injections to play in the Liverpool game, like before the game to do the warm-up. When we came in after the warm-up to numb it. And then obviously 20 minutes into the first half, they were off. So I'm like, my foot's broke here. I actually had a hairline fracture in my foot, but was trying to play on it because the first x-ray I got never picked it up. And it was obviously during that game that had fractured it more, but I could feel it in my boot to the point where they wanted to inject me to go back out for the second half, but I knew if I took my boot off, I wouldn't be able to get it back on. So I've just had to bite down on my gum shield. Obviously, we're 3-0 down. And me and Alonso had a little bit in the game. And I knew I was not going to be able to play. I knew my foot was gone. So I thought, I'm just going to fly into this tackle and obviously nailed Alonso. I still think it's only a yellow card, but because it was right in front of the cop, Anfield's up. And then obviously, I think it was Rob Styles, the ref, who's, as you see with Mike Dean, they give certain decisions to certain teams in certain games. You know, I wouldn't have given that penalty, as Mike Dean said, you know, in that type of game when you're like, no, that's a pen. Like wherever you make that decision, you can't be affected by what type of game it is. And obviously I get a red card and then we have the ding dong in the dressing room afterwards.
How many games are left out? But in your head, you knew I weren't going to play in them 3 games.
That was the fourth
anyway.
to last game of the season. I'd taken painkiller injections to train that week.
And he's put you in.
Well, I was coming back when Al was in. And me and Mark Verdugo were doing like the last bits of our rehab before we went back in the team. And I felt a pop in my foot. So I thought it broke it again. Went down to London to see the surgeon. He looked at it again. He said, I've x-rayed it. I've had a look. There's no break in it. So went back and I was like, this is just not right. But anyway, because it was needs must.
As well, yeah.
Well, he was saying to me, these are shit. He was like back door saying, these are crap. Coming in. And when you've got Alan Shearer at Newcastle, when you're in a relegation fight saying, I fucking need you. I've been out for a long period beforehand with the same foot. As I'm right at the end stage of my rehab, just running around the corner, non-contact, and clicked it. So I thought it felt like I broke it again. And obviously I had a screw. And what had happened is I broke the fourth metatarsal, so when they scanned it, they scanned the one I broke and never found the one that was on the other one. I broke my fourth. Because obviously I mustn't have been right. And you know, you got Shearer coming in saying, I need you to play. And I was like, I'm not fit. And he's like, even you are 80% better than it. And it's only when you think back at it now, you think, fuck.
It was in the team. Gutierrez.
I can't remember, you know. I can't remember. I'll have to look at it. Nicky Butt was definitely in it. Might have been Kev Nolan.
Jeremy.
I can't remember. It might have been Jez. I can't remember who was in it. Million. I can't remember. But anyway, but don't forget they'd been playing and were all low in confidence. I'd been out injured, so
Itching to get back in, yeah.
Yeah, desperate to help the team out.
Liverpool,
I know,
Anfield.
and Shearer's a god on Tyneside. He comes here and going, I fucking need you back. Like, even if you're 80%, I need you back. Oh,
he's
it's a
gonna
chance
score,
as well.
hasn't he?
Sculled it.
You'd fancy him there. I would say Kufal.
So at that point, I'm like, how can I say no to this fella? You know, grew up idolising Shearer. So I haven't heard him speak about it. And then he must have been doing an interview, and he's obviously told his version of events, which were just nonsense. And then he said, oh, and Joey, I had murder with him in the dressing room because he's gone to me. He called me shitbag. He said, shitbag, that was a coward's tackle. So that's just like that's instant. Come on then, that's challenging me. It was like, come on then, let's have it. Then he and Dowie started chirping up, and I said to him, hey, you boxing glove head, shut up, you up, because he's fucking horrendous as a coach. And then he got it, and then there was people in between us. It was never going to go off. There was so many big lads in between us, and then it was a little bit of war of words. I said to Al, listen, you're not my hero. Like, I'm an Evertonian, you're not my hero. And the way he behaved with the people there, with the lads there, he just was a dick. Came in with completely the wrong attitude, you know, started threatening the lads. I know everybody in this city, and I'm going to be getting the CCTV cameras, and if I find out that any of you are out, that was like his first week in. Started doing double and triple sessions. We had 7 games to go. You're not going to get anyone fitter. You're doing shooting. He had Ian Dowie doing shooting sessions with Michael Owen, always remember it? And Michael Owen came in going, why is Ian Dowie show me and tell me how to finish? He's fucking crap. He used to just head the ball. He just used to head medicine balls. Do you know what I mean? He did everything they tried, they just got wrong. And it was Al's ego that got it wrong, and the lads just didn't like him. After the initial Shearer's a legend wore off, and we realised he was a fucking snake, no one liked him. And he obviously was meant to come back as our manager. So after I got sent off, I was staying in Liverpool. I knew my foot was blue. I've got a 3-game suspension. We weren't training till it was Sunday game. We weren't training till the Tuesday. So I was living in Newcastle. I was going to come and see my nan, see my family. So I was never going to be on the coach. Even if I hadn't broke my foot, I was never going to be on that coach. And then he went, you know, he never got on the coach. As if I never got on the coach because I had an argument with him, which was not true. And then he never seen me again. And he never seen me again because he barred me from the training ground. He went, he's not allowed back to the training ground. So at the time, I had a few hours community service to do. So just whipped them, got them hours whipped off. But again, like, I thought we'd put this to bed, and it was sorted because I wrote about it in the book. And obviously I heard him chirp up, and I don't know where it's from, but we're a member of the same golf club, and we've kind of been quite civil. But
I was going to ask, have you seen him since?
Oh, you know me, I'd love to have him. I'd love to have him on my CV. You know what I mean? At the end of my career, KO's big Al Shearer on the end of that. Hey, by the way, he thinks he can have a dust as well. He thinks he can have a rumble. So if there wouldn't have been people in between us, it might have gone off in the dressing room. But it was one of them where, you know, it's like people are arguing, and obviously he's the caretaker manager. I was never gonna. But when he called me a shitbag,
Chance? Oh, what a save.
What a save. When he called me a shitbag, I thought, I ain't having this off you, Mary Poppins. Especially when I've seen you kick a player in the head. When he kicked Lennon in the head, and I'm like, that fucking shitbag tactic, that. Booting a player in the head, and then refused. Said if the FA do him, he was going to not play for England, he was going to retire from England duty. So I think he was a big bully, weren't he? And, you know, that's why Roy Keane and that hate him, because he, you know, thinks he's a big hard case, and he is a big Geordie, but in that dressing room there, like the Sharks, I was ready for it, because call me a idiot, whatever, for getting sent off, whatever. Bear in mind, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days before, he's begging me to play, cutting the other players off. But call me a shitbag, I'm like, nah, I ain't having you call me a shitbag, lad, not in front of me teammates.